to help unify communities throughout hands-on volunteer service. Great to be here in Indianapolis. Had a nice little moment with some of the former stars of the Indiana Pacers, including our partner Reggie Miller.
And might I add, BA, the crowd erupted when Reggie Miller's name was called.
Always.
Just a legend. It's so nice to see him come back here after years and just get his flowers.
And Reggie amazingly gets from the stage.
Oh, man, I wanted to stay up there with those guys, man. They brought tears to my eyes.
Karl Anthony Towns misses. I tell you, Reggie, it has been quite the week for you, and the weekend is Paolo Banchero finally gets one on a gem. But basketball is just different here in Indiana, as you know well, and to see you and Oscar Robertson and Larry Bird standing together to introduce this All-Star Game Sunday. What a special moment.
Well, it's a treat for me because to me, those are the founding fathers. Larry Bird, Oscar Robertson, John Wooden, Bobby Knight. I mean, there's a long list. So for me to even be next to them, I'm humbled. But we grow basketball here. And to spend 18 years here, what a pass there by LeBron to Booker. I didn't know what to expect, but we do know how to put on huge events here in Indiana. And what better way than the All-Star Game?
And Reggie, you've had some people along for your journey. Your 10-year-old son Riker is Instagram famous with being along for the ride with Pop for the games. And what has that been like? Because he wasn't here when you played in Indiana. It's got to feel special.
Well, it's cool to kind of see it through his eyes, along with my 7-year-old daughter Lennox, for them to get an opportunity because they never saw me play. They don't know the impact of what sports and athletics is all about. So to kind of see it through their eyes, and Dad was somewhat of a cool guy. He's a little stern now with them, but I'm somewhat cool, I think.
Oh, a one-foot runner by Donovan Mitchell.
Okay, Spider, the 1 foot.
I would say this is a little surprising right now with the East up by 12 here. We talked about the size difference.
Oh, what a pass. That looked like a 90-mile-an-hour fastball from Mitchell. And Carroll sets up Brunson. Around and down it goes. Remember, we hit the air talking about the East roster. Half of their players. LeBron almost brought the house down. Half of the East roster, 25 years or younger, and 4 first-timers like that guy, Scotty Barnes from the Toronto Raptors.
You know, Reggie, yesterday in practice, you could see
he was running back too hard.
You could see that their practice was a little bit different.
Well, Doc was prepared, right?
With 68 points on the board, 16 made three-pointers. Halliburton with 15. 11-0 run for the East here. Damian Lillard taking on LeBron James. Lillard keeps cooking. It's 11 for Damian Lillard. Now with the Milwaukee Bucks, all those years in Portland. Paul George, the former Pacer, and a foul.
Listen, Reggie, you all know that realization when you're not the youngest in the room,
right?
Youngest at the All-Star game. Goodness. Giannis realizing what we all did at one point in time.
The 39-year-old LeBron.
Traveled.
And yep, Trae Young just onto the floor.
Kind of go all day here.
Durant in the corner, up and over. Giannis sticks it.
Now, what will be the problem is if this game gets into the fourth quarter and it's close. Then experience the size of the West.
And the shot makers of the West. The closers of the West.
Karl Anthony Towns going coast to coast.
And big men shouldn't be able to do that.
And he can shoot threes, too. He shouldn't be able to do that either.
It's a great run here for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Best record in the West. 2 All-Stars. Giannis gets the offensive board. Hammers it down. Karl Anthony Towns and Anthony Edwards and Chris Finch, their head coach. That quiets down an 8-0 run. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Just keeps rising.
Smooth, right?
Keeps rising.
So smooth. Plays at his own pace. You can't speed him up.
Lillard once again. He's got another one. Damian Lillard with 14 now.
Lillard 4 of 8 from downtown. Halliburton 5 of 6. That's your backcourt. 9 of 14.
Let's see if he takes a heat check.
Well, he finds his teammate. No resistance for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
They're working on their game, getting ready for the last 27.
They use it. Paul George. Air ball. And he thought LeBron was coming in.
The Bucks went 3 and 7 since Doc has taken over. Look at this.
In and out it goes. Here's
That's an
Brunson for
assist.
3. Giannis keeps it alive. Lillard with George and Gilgeous-Alexander on his back. Durant denies that one. George runs it, sets it up for LeBron. There's a highlight for LBJ.
Doesn't get old. Now, he may be getting old, but it doesn't get old watching him.
Amazing run. Here's Lillard again. Another deep three.
Stop it.
Stop.
And guess
Stop
who was
it, Dave.
guarding him?
Stop.
Paul George. That take you back?
That does. There's a little
2018.
flashback. Bye-bye.
Blazers, Oklahoma City. Ooh, see you later. Paul George with an answer.
Why are you bringing up? If you're
It's like there's
an
memories.
OKC fan, they don't want to hear that. Oh, no, he didn't. No, he didn't.
Trey with the patented move.
No, he did not.
Karl Anthony Towns. Well defended by Scotty Barnes. He's playing a little D.
Sabrina, thanks so much for taking time to be with us. You should have seen Stephen before the game today. He was so relaxed because he knew he didn't have to face off against you. I'm telling you. I mean, you shook him. I've never seen two more intense humans. What was it like leading up to that moment? And what's some of the powerful feedback that you've gotten since?
We definitely were both nervous. I think just having this be the first time that we're able to have an event like this, I think we both felt the pressure a little bit, but to be able to go out there and compete against one another and knowing it was going to open the eyes of a lot of people watching and in attendance, after it was done, we were so happy and thrilled with just the results of what happened and how it went down.
Well, knowing he's your idol, didn't you want to geek out a little bit?
Oh yeah, the whole time I was cheering and clapping for him as he was shooting, wanting him to beat me, and he was supporting me as well and cheering for me. So I think that kind of shows the people that we are and how we respect one another's game.
What's your confidence there can be a repeat next year in the Bay Area?
It should definitely happen. I'm not sure what the format's going to be like, but we're definitely excited to have this continue to be something that we could see more and more at All-Star games, and knowing it was a great turnout and everyone loved it. And so we got to keep it going, and I got to go back and try and beat them.
Okay, Brian, Candace, Reggie, you heard it right here.
So good, so good. Thanks for the scoop and so clutch. The New York Liberty, the WNBA, they've got a good one for a long time. And Reggie, you were saying earlier about your ideas for next year. Go ahead and throw them out there. What do you got?
Let's get the 4 best shooters on the planet. Let's get Damian Lillard and Steph as a team versus Sabrina, and possibly, if she decides to come out, Caitlin Clark.
I like it.
Who's another great sharpshooter. How about them two versus Steph and Dame? I would love to see that.
I like that.
I would love to see that.
I really like that. But listen, kudos to Steph and Sabrina. I mean, like, a lot of pressure to come out on that stage. I think the reason why a lot of stars don't do the dunk contest is you could lose,
Yes,
right?
yes.
But those two could lose, came out there, left their pride aside, and put on a show for
A
us.
show.
And by the way, congratulations to Caitlin Clark. What an incredible ride it's been. The #1 scorer, Division I women's college basketball history, and she's not done yet from the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Uh-oh.
Karl Anthony
No, he
Towns got
didn't.
a little sauce going.